Okay. Welcome everybody. So glad that you could join me this morning or wherever you are if you're watching this on replay. So we're going to continue our Tai Chi journey, working with some movements that we've done before. Yesterday was actually the equinox, depending on when you're watching this. So we're going to start to kind of flow a little more into the autumn kind of metal element movements, but we'll work with what we got, and all the principles are the same. So if you're understanding that, we're going to continue to work on those. So we are going to start by taking a moment to really just relax yourself, turn your attention inwards to your own body. We're going to just acknowledge where you are here at this present moment. That's going to change every day throughout the day. There's no judgment there. We just want to observe where we are, and we're going to move from that place. So we're going to let your attention drift all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and just try to feel a connection with the ground. If you're wearing shoes, that's fine too. Through your socks, through your shoes, your bare feet, whatever. And we're going to just gently let your weight shift to one leg, filling up one leg, emptying the other. Then let it drift across, filling up the other leg. Just slow movements here. We're just observing. We're not doing any changing. Just checking out where you are. Just getting used to this sensation of weight shift from leg to leg. And then go ahead, bring it back to the center, evening out both legs. We're going to just quickly scan up our whole body, relaxing as we go. So we have that nice connection with the bottoms of your feet. We're going to just softly let your attention drift to the tops of your feet. We're going to relax all the muscles of your feet. Keep that connection, but we're just trying to relax our muscles. Our skeletal structure is still holding us up here. Let your attention drift to your ankles. Just soften the ankles. Drift up to your shins, relax your shins, release your calves of any unnecessary tension. Drift up to your knees. We're just going to soften the knees. We don't need to squat down, but we don't want to be rigid either, so just relax. The fronts of the thighs, backs of the thighs. Just gently release your glutes, relax your hips. Just soften your belly, your lower back, your upper back. And then we're going to take a breath in. Let that inhale fill up your body. With your exhale, just soften your chest. Let your shoulders just relax down. We're going to release any tension in your upper arms. Just gently release your elbows, your forearms. Relax your wrists, your palms. And notice your intention going all the way to your fingertips here. Nice and relaxed. Drift back up towards your neck. We're going to just soften the muscles of your neck. Again, we're supporting our skeleton, lifting upwards, but our body relaxing downwards. Release your face, so maybe, wiggle your jaw, maybe move your nose, quick smile, release those cheeks. And then with your next inhale, just let your head drift upwards, feel that rising sensation, some space in your vertebrae, a little bit taller. With your exhale, just relax those muscles, sinking that energy downward. Next inhale, float up, feeling that space in your body, maybe all the way down to your ankles. And with your exhale, just soften downwards. Another breath in, floating up. Imagine a string just pulling your head upwards as you exhale. The head stays up and the body just relaxes down. Next breath in, shoulders are going to just gently float up towards your ears. We're going to bring them backwards, circling them down back to the original position. A few breaths like this, just observing the motion again. So we're not forcing it. We're just going with what feels right for you. So we are moving, but we're not pushing it to any extreme. Next time we're going to reverse those circles. So just go backwards and up towards your ears, forwards and down. A few more like that, back and up, forwards and down. We'll do one more. We'll reverse circles. And then next inhale, let the shoulders just float up towards your ears. With your exhale, just relax. Feel them gently pulling down towards the earth. That's what we want as we move. Okay. So now we're going to stay in that center position. Arms are at your sides. Take a breath in. With your exhale, we're going to imagine weight pouring more into your left arm. Just let that weight gently pull you to the side. Not forcing it. Use your inhale to get up nice and tall. Weight pouring across your chest to your right arm or the other arm. Whichever side you started with, opposite. Inhale. Back up through center. Pouring across. Exhaling. Just gently letting the body work from side to side here. Inhale through center. Exhale to the side. Inhale. Floating back up. Nice and tall. We're going to now take the palms up, interlace your fingers together. This is a big rising motion with your whole body. So use your intention to just go upwards. Bring that intention up, your breath in, palms turn towards your face, then they spin up towards the ceiling. And then we let go and let the hands circle out to the side. Gently returning, we're going to do this a few times. So you can let the hands come back together, fingers come back together. And then use that inhale, use your intention, lifting your whole body up. And then let the hands go out to the side. We'll try that one more time. Hands rejoin, inhale. Spinning, opening. Floating down. Okay. Now we're going to do little extension, flexion of our spine here. Turning the hands so the palms are face away from us. We're going to bring the forearms together. We're going to let our head just come in with a gentle rounding of your spine. And then we're going to circle everything up towards the ceiling. Maybe let your chest gently lift, taking that spine in the opposite direction. Inhale everything back together. This is just a small movement. Exhale, opening. Hopefully feels nice and opening. We'll do one more. So inhale together. And then we open up. Let those hands gently fall down to your sides. And then take a little break if you need. Shake out your legs. That's always available. I'm not going to cue it all the time, but if you feel like you need to take it, just take that. Okay. And then when you're ready, settle back into this position. We're going to let our attention drift back down towards the bottoms of your feet for just a few rounds here. We'll take that weight from leg to leg again, maybe observing now that there's less stagnation, everything is relaxed, everything just flows a little bit better. Okay, and right away here, we're going to look back at opening, closing the gate, which we looked at, which is movement in our feet. That's going to let the rest of our body move as well. So we're going to take the weight to one leg, really feel that. Take a moment to really feel yourself sinking down, stacked over that leg. The empty toes are going to lift so the heel stays down. We're going to spin out and let the toes come down. Then we're going to just gently take the weight to that now open leg. Same thing, letting that weight be held, secured by that foot. And then we're going to let the weight pour back. Lift the empty toes, bring the foot in, closing that side. It's just small movements of our legs, other side. So we're going to take the weight there, sink down, really feel strong and sturdy. Empty foot opens. Take the weight there. Bring the weight back. Gently forward. Letting the feet rest there. We're going to come back to that in one moment, but we are going to do a little bit of opening movement for right now. So we're going to have the hands at our sides. This is a little bit different than what we looked at before. Hands are at our sides. We're going to do a big circular motion. So with your breath in, with your intention, we're going to let the arms just float up. Then we're going to bring them in a big circle out to the side and bring them back down towards your legs. Okay. We'll do this again. So we inhale. Arms float up a little bit above shoulder height, whatever is your comfort level. Then bring them down. Now we're going to add on to that. So we'll do it again, floating up. Out to the side. And then as they come down, we're going to grab loose fists with your hands. And we're going to bring those up your body. And then let the hands open. And then let the fingers extend. So we end up in this big, nice, wide position if we just froze there. Let's try that again. So the whole big movement, we're going to inhale. The arms follow up and circle out to the side. Falling down, we're going to grab loose fists at the bottom, and then maybe another breath if you would like. Up and open, extending the fingers, really working the muscles of your forearm, your hands. Let's try that again. Opening heart and mind is the name of this movement. So inhale, up, out to the side, gently falling down. Then we grab those loose fists, inhale, up and open. So we just open, we don't have to force that movement. There's a saying in Tai Chi, we'll do it one more time. Inhaling up. We're looking for 70%. We don't need to go past there. So just watch your body, observe what's happening, open. We don't need to go all the way with any of these movements. Floating down. Okay. Now let's go back to our legs, that open and close. We're going to get some more movement there too with strengthening heart and lungs. This movement we have looked at before. So we're going to open again. So we take the weight to one leg, sinking down. Toes lift, open your foot. We're going to take the weight there. This time we're going to turn our body so we're facing the open toes. Both feet stay connected, so you might feel more activation in the inside of that other thigh, but that's okay. That's good. We're looking for full body movement. We're going to then take the weight back, turn the body facing forward, lift the empty toes, and close. Other side, filling up. Lift those toes. Turn your body, both feet stay connected. And then we shift the weight, turn your body, lift the empty toes. Okay, you might feel now more of a pull as we turn our torso, but that's okay. We're basically moving the center line of our body, and then the arms and legs just sort of react to what we're doing. Let's try that one more time, then we'll bring the arms in. So take the weight to one leg. Lift the empty toes, open. Take your weight, turn your body, both feet stay connected. Shift your weight back, the torso turns, the empty toes lift. Gently are pulled forward. Other side. Lift, turn. Nice and slow. Just really be aware of where your weight is. We don't want to just mindlessly move through these movements, so you can go slower. That will actually be better. Okay, arms involved here. So take the weight to one leg. With this breath, hands are going to rise up to about shoulder height. We're going to open those empty toes. Now we're going to keep the arms up. Take your weight there. As we shift our weight here, let the far arm, as you open, just get pulled open. So if we froze here, we'd be in this big open position. Those toes close, hands fall down. Other side. So fill up one leg. Inhale, rise up. Open the empty toes. Take your body. Turn your weight. Take your weight. Open your torso. Close the toes. Let's try one more time. Each side strengthening heart and lungs. The name of this movement. Inhale. Shift your weight. Open the toes. Open the body. Close those empty toes. Inhale. Turn. Shift. And open. Flowing down. Okay. All right. Take a moment if you need to. Shake out your legs. So we're actually going to stick with that movement here and see if we can add in an extra little movement of the second foot. So right now we're just opening one. What we're going to do is as we shift our weight, see if we can maybe play around with the heel of the back foot. And I'll show you what we mean. You're welcome to join in right away. So it's the same movement. I'll go a little bit slower and talk a little bit more this time. So we take the weight to one leg. We inhale, flow those hands up. Empty toes are going to open. We turn our body. We take our weight here. So now the weight's on the empty foot or the open foot. I'm sorry. Meaning the other one is empty. So we're going to just lift the heel and maybe take it a little bit further back. Okay, so now we're a little bit more of an open stance. Then we're going to shift the weight. Let those open toes close. And we're going to shift the weight to close the heel now and let the hands fall. If you're uncomfortable doing this or you feel like the first way is more your level right now, just keep doing that. Nothing wrong with that. Other side is going to be floating up. Bring your weight to one leg. Open the empty toes. So we're moving the empty foot and then we're shifting the weight. So now the other leg is empty. We're going to lift that heel and just let it open slightly. Almost in more of like a warrior two stance, but we're sticking with Tai Chi here. And then shift, close, shift the weight to close that heel and lower down. Let's try that whole thing, each side again one more time. Again, if you want to stick with the original way, do that. Fine. Settling in, inhale, floating up, shifting your weight, opening the empty toes. And then as our weight shifts, we open that heel, open the body, close the toes, shift, close the other heel, float down, rise up, shift your weight, open the toes, turn your body, that heel, open, shift to close the toes, close the heel, gently relaxing down. Okay, great. Shake out your legs if you need. So let's look at another movement right now. Right now, we'll kind of put those together as we're working through these things. We're going to jump back to servant scatters flowers. So this reason we're doing this is we're going to have our step forward with our feet here. So same idea with the shifting of the weight, but now we're going to let ourselves go forward. We'll take a moment to work up towards that step. So take your weight to one leg, empty toes lift. This time they're going to open, but maybe not as far, maybe like 45 degrees as opposed to 90 degrees. We're going to take the weight there, and we're going to let the empty heel just float up. So for right now, just let that heel float up. Take your weight back, close your toes. Other side's going to be filling up. Open the toes about 45 degrees. Take your weight there. Float that heel up. Look back down. Shift back. Close the toes. Okay. So we're going to now let the knee lift instead of just the heel. So take the weight to one side. Open the toes about 45. Take your weight there. So we're going to imagine a string just gently pulling the knee up. Maybe the whole foot floats. And then just gently bring it right back down. Shift to close. Shift the weight to open those toes. Take your weight there. Knee's going to float up, right back down. You can play around a little bit with how high, how long that knee stays lifted. There's no prerequisite, but whatever you're looking for as far as challenge level, you're welcome to go there. All right. So now let's see if we can bring the heel forward after we bring the knee up. So fill up one leg, open about 45 degrees. So we're going to lift that knee and then just let the heel drop down. So our foot should be a little bit in front of the other. Then the toes fall. Once that foot is flat, we're going to take our weight forward. Shift the weight back. Front leg is empty. Get back the same way. Lift that knee. Just bring that foot back in. Shift. If we froze right here, we'd be in that stance that we started from, this Wuji posture, but we're going to keep moving in Tai Chi. So fill up the other leg. Empty toes lift. Take your weight there. Knee is going to float up. Then the heel falls slightly forward. Foot is flat. Take your weight forward. Shift back. Move back. Close. Okay? So that's our step. Now for the full movement of servant scatters flowers, palms are up. We'll look at the upper body quickly, then we'll go through the whole thing. We've done this a few times now. Palms are up on top of one another. Shoulders are relaxed down. Elbows have some intention downward, some connection with the ground. And then the hands are going to turn so the fingers are away from us. The arms are going to float out. Not all the way, just out. And then the hands open to the sides. Arms come back in, but rotate through the shoulders so palms are out. And then we scoop, circling so that the hands come back on top of one another. If we're doing it a few times in a row, you can just flow right away to that opening movement. And then rotate, coming back together, scooping, circling. Go ahead, release the hands for a moment. So now we're going to do the whole thing together with the step with the hands. So as the hands open, we're going to be shifting our weight so there's more movement. And as we scoop, we're going to shift the weight back. With any full body movement, I want you to worry about your legs first, feeling real secure with where your weight is, and then just focus on your center, your torso, and the arms should be almost just a reaction of what the rest of the body is doing. So worry less about that. Okay. So full movement. Bring those palms up. Shift your weight, filling up one leg. Open the empty toes about 45. Take your weight there. That knee is going to pull up. Then the heel comes down. Toes come down. As we shift our weight forward, the hands open. And then we're going to turn, scoop as you shift the weight backwards. Emptying the front leg so that knee can just float up again. Toes can come backward. And then we shift to close, going right to the other side. So fill up the other leg. Open the empty toes. Shift your weight. Float the knee up. Heel comes down. Toes down. Shift. And open. Arms come together. Scooping. Back. Emptying the front leg. Let that knee float up. Toes come back. Shifting to close. Let's try each side again. Okay. So fill up one leg. Open those toes. Shift your weight. Float your knee. Bring the heel down. Foot is flat. We bring our weight forward. Arms come together. As you scoop, we shift the weight back. Float that front leg back. Shift to close. Shift to the other leg to open. The opposite side. Always aware of where your weight is, taking your time. There's no need to rush through any parts of any of these movements. Arms come back together, shift back. Float. Turn back to center. Release the hands down. You take a full breath if you would like here in this position. And then take maybe a little movement, maybe a little dancing or walking, whatever. And we'll get right back to it. Okay. So far today, we've looked at 3 movements. I think we'll go over one more that we've done, and then we'll put it all together. So we're going to jump back into separate heaven and earth. We've looked at this a few times. This is going to be our hands coming together in this energy ball, this chi ball. And then we're going to turn so that we have one hand on top, one hand on the bottom. But we're basically in line with the center of our body. And then we're going to flip. So the palms are going to turn, bottom hand, palm down, top hand, palm up. And then we're going to push down and up, separating heaven and earth, arms circling out to the side, rotating at the shoulders all the way back till we rejoin with the opposite hand on top, opposite on the bottom, and then do it again. Taking your time, rejoining. Again, there's no wasted movement. There's no rush to get to any other part. Each little movement equally important. Rejoining, separating, just pushing up and down right along that center column of your body. Let's do one more time, each side here. You're welcome to sync your breath to your movement, but you do not have to. Just try to stay relaxed and breathe, making sure you're breathing. Some people hold their breath more than they notice. Go ahead, we'll rejoin. We're going to just turn and let the hands fall again to your sides. Relaxing out, getting ready to put these together. So we'll actually go through each one a few times, and that will be kind of how we end our class today. Okay, so get right back to that neutral position, that Wuji posture, which is just the stillness with equal weight in both legs. Start to move from there. So we have opening heart and soul first. That was that big movement where we grab those loose fists. So settle in, get ready with your breath, with your intention. We're going to inhale, rise up, hands going up and circling out to the side. And as they fall towards your legs, we're going to grab those loose fists And come up and open and let the fingers extend down. So again, we'll do each one a few times. Hands back down, inhale up, opening to the sides. We're going to grab those fists, extending out. One more of these movements. Hands falling down to your legs, getting into strengthening heart and lungs. This is opening, closing the gate with our big movement, maybe with that extra heel lift. Take the weight to one leg. We're going to come up, open the empty toes. Turn your body, shift your weight. Maybe that heel opens. Turn your torso as the weight shifts. Close the toes, close the heel. Other side. Floating up, shift your weight. Open your toes. Maybe that heel opens. Shift your weight, turn your body. Close the toes, close the heel. We'll do one more each side here. So inhale up. Fill up, open the toes. Shift your weight. Maybe a little heel movement. Don't worry about it if you don't have it. Don't feel comfortable. Don't feel like you need to do it. Close the heel. Other side, inhale up. Shifting, open the toes. Open the heel. Close the toes. Close the heel. Okay, now we have servant scatters flowers with the step. We're going to do just one each side here. Okay, palms are up. Fill up one leg, open the toes about 45 degrees. Take your time. Settle down with your weight. Knee is going to float up. Heel comes forward. Toes down, shift and open. Arms come together, palms out. Scoop, shift that weight. Float. Shift to close. Other side. Fill up the other leg. Open the toes about 45 degrees. Shift your weight. Knee floats up, heel comes down, toes come down. Arms open. Scooping as you shift back. Shift to close. Let your hands fall. With your inhale, we're going to grab that ball. We'll do one time each side here with separate heaven and earth. So one hand on top, one on the bottom, and then pushing down, pushing up. Circling around. Trying to keep the shoulders relaxed. Down and up. All the way back to rejoin. And then let the hands relax towards your legs. And with our breath in, we're going to bring the hands up at our sides. And then in front of us with our palms down, we're going to just gently sink down, just washing our body, washing the organs and the energy that we've been working with today. Sinking down. Inhale, up, palms are down. Exhale, as they sink down, let them come to rest on top of one another, just below your belly button. Relax down, feet are connected, head is up. If it feels comfortable for you, maybe a small weight shift from leg to leg, just for a little bit. And then when you're ready, just even out the weight with each leg. We're going to bring our right hand out in front of us in a fist. Left hand is going to be open, palm gently covering that fist. Small bow if that feels appropriate for you. Thank you all so much for joining me for Tai Chi today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you continue to practice through the week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.